So what we doing here, Ryan?
Well, we're gonna
You're helping me out, ain't you? Bailing me out of my bind. Yeah.
Slow you down.
Slow me down. So with this Camaro and Eric Weingarter's cylinder heads I put on it, now it flies.
Yeah.
And so the brakes didn't, they worked, but they didn't stop real well. And so we'll go over here and look at this. So thank you to Strange. Jake with Strange is getting me set up with some Hot Boys on the front and back, and all new brakes all the way around it. So these originally had single calipers on it, so and they're 30 years old, so, or somewhat. So with some four piston or 2 piston calipers, we're should have a lot more stopping power. And now on an emergency old shit moment, we're going to be able to have a parachute in.
Let me get that shot.
Woo!
That's money.
Money.
So now I gotta get the tube notched and weld her on, and get the mount for the actual parachute on there.
So you know you're making it too long for my little trailer now.
It is.
Yep. Because before the tailgate sat here and it was about that
close.
far, it was that close. So my little trailer, oh no. And also a big thank you out to Super Dave for cleaning up the Camaro.
All shiny now.
Shiny now. He said he's gonna, when we get done putting our fingerprints on it, he's gonna come back by and repolish it before it goes to the track. And also, I talked to Scotty, and he's going to get me a wire because I have some new headlights in it, but no wiring to it. He's going to give me a wire to put in there to wire the headlights up. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to go have some fun.
Yeah.
So another small tidbit. When I originally built this car, with me and my help from my friends, my friend Dave with the 406 actually painted this originally. And did the body work on it, what little there was. It was all just mild steel. And then my friend Alex from Mansfield, he took care of my hood scoop for me. It's close. It's a little brighter red, but that's okay. You know, I can't beat the price he gave it for me, so it's okay. It's great.
It's a race car.
It's a race car, that's right. At least it's all one color.
Yeah.
Okay, today is Tired Friday.
Yeah.
So we haven't videoed much this week. Just been so busy trying to get caught up. And we have made some progress. We may walk around and hit on some of the stuff. These are the big block 427 Corvette pistons that we tore apart to just check everything, and we found quite a few things that was off. It was out of the whack, and we've addressed the situations. I replaced some parts, very little, and we'll be shortly putting it back together. So for instance, this rod here, it's 1/1000 tight, and when we put a bearing in it and chalked it up, it was like 1/1000 oil clearance. So we're cleaning, we already done one and checked it, loosened it up to that site, which is within tolerance. This is too tight tolerance. And once it done that, made this hole bigger, it loosened up the bearing to the oil clearance we need. And it'll live. Perfect. This was a little 3-cylinder Kubota that we needed to bore and put sleeves in it. And then I decked off, actually didn't remove anything, new material, just matched the surface. Okay, Flanagan, we've got it bored, it's in the hone here, we're going to hone it here probably Monday. He's got your crank balance.
Get my
I'll probably talk to you before you see this video, but it's coming along. Alrighty, update. Daniel Powell said I should be receiving this cam shaft for the Billies anytime. We've got the heads put together as far as we can go. I got the lift off of him so I know how to set the valve spring pressures. So just as soon as it comes in, we'll slap it in. We may go ahead and put the heads on it, but I'd like to check a couple things. But waiting on the camshaft. This is my 496. Having some geometry problems here with this. Waiting on a different set of push rods. See if that fixes it. Hopefully does. And hopefully we can finish wrapping this up first of the week. This is going to be a neat build. This is a Chrysler 360 with a 4-inch stroke. Makes it like a 408. Actually, I ordered a Daniel Powell camshaft today for it. Daniel was going to check and see if he had a good core to make this grind. So I'm curious to see how this kind of turns out, because it isn't the cubic inch of my small block, but it's going to have a Daniel cam in it, and I'm curious to see if it's going to be a drag and drive. So he got a brand new set of heads for it. He's really pumped up. I am too, to see how well it does. Another build is going to be interesting. Alright, this is Austin's the motor for the Charger, and we're going together with it. Kind of working on it as I'm working on everybody else's stuff. Hopefully there's some people here that has some stuff that's on some parts. Hopefully we get started working on it here next week, getting them tore apart. Alrighty, this is the Corvette block the pistons we just showed you goes to. We line honed it, getting ready to put the cam bearings in, and got to looking, and the cam bearings we actually had for it or was in stock are the wrong ones. This was a 66 block, and they have a groove in the rear cam bearing, and also they put a groove in this rear journal for the oil to transfer. And so I talked to the cam grinder, and so I guess everybody kind of does this on your own. I have a crank grinder, so I'm going to chuck it up in the crank grinder, and they told me they want it 200 thousandths wide and 200,000 or 187 or something like that. You can see this, someone done the same thing with this one. I don't think it's quite that deep, and it survived. So I think I can make that look similar or even better. So we got some cam bearings coming in on Monday, so we can I'll chalk this in the crank grinder and grind this. Grind a slot in it and fix that problem. Hey, how we doing today? So this is Jim from SCE Gaskets.
How you doing?
And we reached out to him here last week when we were having this problem with this head gasket leaking. And he says, "Oh, come right up." And so I'm sure he doesn't do that for all customers, but I really appreciate that, because we wanted to learn. You know, that's what this is all about, is learning and progressing. So he come up and he brought his handy dandy
Profilometer
for checking the surfaces. For me, I do not have one, but I do tell you that I have a pretty good idea where I'm at, and he's going to do it here and show you. But also, I guess we're going to talk about what we really probably found out maybe to be some of our culprit. So this was where the side that the water was coming out and going into this bolt hole, because this is a fill or a dart block where the bottom of it is plugged, so you can't have water come up from the bottom like a conventional small block Chevrolet block. You know, all the darts and aftermarket blocks are filled or blocked off. So anyways, we could tell that the water was coming in at the head gasket because we filled the block up slowly and we could see it dripping in there once we took the bolt out. So anyways, going through that, we was setting this gasket on here and we started measuring, and this block on this side is thinner between that and this chamfered hole. So for instance, between there and the edge of that is probably about 180 thousandths. And if you go to the other side of the block, it is like 280 I got, wasn't it?
roughly.
Yeah, roughly. So that side of the block has got a lot more casting between the bolt holes and the coolant jacket. Yeah, go in. Yeah, see how much difference it is? So, we still got to deal with what we got to deal with here. And so, I don't know, we're going to talk about what we're going to do, how we're going to fix the situation. But I will let him run this as surfacer across there and tell you what it is and then what it is on the heads.
Now, our Vulcan Cut-Ring gaskets sometimes can be a little finicky as far as surface finish and what they should be finished to. We highly recommend to finish a 35 RA. And RA stands for reflectivity average. It's the difference between the microscopic peaks and valleys in the metal. So you can look at a piece and it may look great, but when it comes right down, this little tool here will tell you exactly what it is. And it's super simple to use. All you do is you just kind of lay it on there like that. You push the button and it'll give you a number. And it'll tell you like that's RA of 48. And the other thing is you want to do it in different locations just to kind of see. So 36. So you want to kind of do it all over just to make sure you didn't get a spot that was 39 that was off. 40. So this block is super close to where we want it to be. Maybe a little bit over, but overall, if you run your hand across your fingernail, you don't really feel any gouges or anything. But with the cut rings, it's really important on the heads. And we checked the heads already, and the heads are good.
Check 'em.
All right, we'll do this. Go over here, put that on there, and 17.
The majority of the stuff I think we've seen was in the 20s.
Yes, sir. 25. 21. So these heads are super good. These are perfect for the Vulcan. They love heads like this with really good finish.
Okay, for this 66 427 big block Chevrolet, because of the rear cam journal has to transfer oil across, this was the camshaft that was in it. And so we bought a hydraulic roller for it, and they asked us to grind a slot in the back of this, and they wanted it, I believe, like 175 thousandths wide, 175 thousandths deep. Now this one here is wider, but it's definitely not as deep. It's actually very, very shallow, about 30 thousandths deep. So, which would tend to, for me to believe that it can be somewhat flexible if it didn't hurt anything with this. So, but we're going to try to get it close to that, and also I think I'm using a little bit of my own judgment on where I think it's good enough, I guess. So we'll see how it turns out.